So what I have in front of me here is a PS5 controller in front of me here. Now the reason for this thing is just to open this up and find out exactly what the extent of the botch is. Now the person's told me he's tried to replace the analog stick, but unfortunately it was unsuccessful and he wasn't able to repair it. So let's open this up and see exactly how bad this thing is messed up. Now typically if it's a standard repair, I'll normally quote around sort of £25 for the thumbstick, purely because of the amount of labor it involves to desolder and resolder the thumbstick. 2 screws at the bottom there. Pop this down like this. One here, one here. Yeah, there you go. Pop up. Come on, you. There we go. There you go. It's gone to the 5th dimension. There you go. It's popped up. And once that's off, then you've got screws just here. Controller, as you can see, just does turn on. So what I'm going to do sometimes with these pads is to actually exactly find out how much drift the pad is exhibiting. So what you can do, let me just do that and then show you guys exactly. So I'll get my phone and pop this into pairing mode. Scan for the device. Click on pair. Go to Gamepad Tester. This is the app you can download, and from here I can find out exactly what's going on. So L2, R2 is working. Right, left, down, up. The X, the square, the triangle, the circle, the start select buttons. So this is working. That's working. So let's check, and the top buttons as well. We'll just take them off, but let's just check here. Let's just poke this inside because I've taken off that thumbstick. R1 and L1 both work as well. So let's check out this thing here. So the right stick is okay, slightly offsetted, but I mean it's okay. And this stick doesn't work at all, so completely dead. So we're going to find out exactly what's going on with this controller and have a look inside. We put this away. Okay, so now let's carry on with this thing. You can just use a screwdriver or you just use a pry tool. So he's already broken some of these, as you can see here. So that and that will just pop off like so. Again, doesn't require much force, and that's literally it. Put that aside, and then let's have a look at this thing here. I'll pop out the battery. I'll turn off the controller. Take this out. Take this out. Take this out. And take out this part here. Don't know what's going on there. So as you can see, a little botch job this there. He's tried to solder in this wire to there, and the controller's not working. Is that doing something? I don't know, maybe. So at this stage I had decided, let's just try and clean up the surrounding area. Maybe the actual way that he's soldered this analog stick wire has shorted out the controller. Hopefully it's not. So let's take apart the rest of the controller. Few screws that are located here, and another screw that's located at the bottom here as well. Now it does depend on which PS5 controller that you have. Some of the different models have 2 screws on either side, 4 screws that hold down the main internal assembly to the outer shell, and then to pop out the actual board itself as well, there's 2 little tiny clips on either side of the board that you can just spring open as well. And then make sure that you do take out the flex for the front touch sensor as well. But as you can see, the board seemed okay. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what he was trying to do, but yeah, as you can see, he's soldered in. He tried to desolder the wire, and he soldered the wire, effectively causing a short. Hence the reason this part of the actual analog stick, the entire analog stick in fact, doesn't work. It only works, just the L3 one is the only that's responsive, and the rest of it doesn't work. So it makes my job of doing this repair a bit more tedious, because it involves, of course, someone's botched it, so it involves me cleaning the surrounding area. Hopefully that's just a temporary short that's causing it not to work, and then reassembling it, and then going through testing and making sure the controller works. And if it doesn't work, then go back to the drawing board. So I'm thinking a lot of times as well, like, so what sort of exit strategy? So hypothetically, if someone's done a botched repair, or they try to fix it themselves as well, haven't been successful fixing it, I'm telling them straight off the bat, bear in mind, because you botched the repair, you tried to repair it and you had no success, I'm gonna basically have to spend more time and extend. And do you think I think it's pretty fair that I'm going to charge them a bit more as well. So it'll be like £10-15 more, whatever the case may be, something reasonable, because otherwise what's the point of fixing a PS5 controller when a PS5 replacement controller is £50-60 to buy anyway? There's no point. It doesn't make like economical sense for someone to then fix it. So again, I try and have that in mind. So anyway, I've charged up my soldering iron. This is the one that I've been using recently as well. Absolutely love the soldering iron. Now if you want to go out there and grab one, probably one of my favorite wireless cordless soldering irons. Heats up really quick and it does the job that I want it to do. It's really good. It's from a company called Frogwell. I am going to get some extra additional tips. I only have the one tip that came with this thing, but I will get additional tips as well, because it has been really handy. Just keeping it with me, I just keep it with my bag at all stages. So at any point, if there's any work that does require me to do some soldering, you know, wherever the job might be, big or small, this thing does the job. It gets hot really quickly, and it can solder really effectively as well. So a lot of times I've found that when I'm soldering anything as well, the soldering iron doesn't get hot enough, it doesn't get hot quick enough, it isn't able to transfer the heat to the board to allow the solder to become liquid quick enough. So unfortunately you're just going to add more unnecessary heat to the board, effectively causing it more damage. But anyway, back to the actual controller at hand. So desoldered those two wires that are for the rumble motors. Again, Sony could improve this thing, because a lot of times I find that the reason that this entire drift thing happens is because just the way that people play their controller. If you change up your play style, if you're not pressing hard, hammering down on those sticks, you're not going to get drift. I've got my own personal pad, I don't get drift from that. You know, it works perfectly well. But anyway, so yeah, doing a mod like adding paddles and stuff, I've done a little more like reviews about that. So I've added paddles in the past as well, really effective. So if you don't want to get drift on your controller, just get a mod, just get pedals. I mean, again, I can do that for anyone. If you guys want to send me your controller, I can mod it for you as well. I won't charge too much, just for the actual time. We're just putting the mod in about £20, which is very fair in what I believe. I mean, what do you guys think? Anyway, I've cleaned up the surrounding area, took a bit of time, desoldering it, cleaning up the pads are perfect, have reassembled it, and then again gone through testing. And unfortunately the L3 stick, the left stick analog stick, is completely dead, not moving whatsoever. So that means even if I desolder this stick and solder in a new stick, it's still not going to work. So in this case, the only thing you can do is just change the entire board. So I do have other sort of PS5 controllers that I can use as a donor, so I'll get a donor board from one of those that matches up with this and effectively get this controller working by getting a donor board. If that donor board's got drift, not a problem, I can fix that drift by changing up the stick, because then at least I know there's light at the end of the tunnel. Anyway, hope this video is helpful, and this is some of the little issues I get sometimes when people botch their repairs. Like, subscribe, as always, ace out.